Hi, I'm Ali. I'm one of the physios from treatmyachilles.com. Today I'm talking about isometric exercise as part of our exercise series. The exercise series is designed to give you information about what types of exercises are out there that can help an Achilles tendinopathy, how they work, and why might you choose to use them. So an isometric exercise is a contraction without any movement. A really easy demonstration of a movement of an isometric exercise is something you can do right now. If you squeeze your bottom muscles as tight as you possibly can and then relax those muscles, that is an isometric contraction. Typically, the isometric contractions would be one of the first ways that we would help with an Achilles tendinopathy, particularly if it was quite sore. It is something that people progress on from quite quick, so there may be a need that you don't start with this at all and you bypass it completely. It's unlikely to aggravate symptoms, which is why it's one of the first options, and typically the research shows that you should hold it for a fair period of time, so something like 40 to maybe even 60 seconds, and you would do this multiple times. There was a bit of a fuss over a research paper that was quite recent, and it looked at isometric exercises and how this might help with pain relief in tendinopathies. But this research paper looked particularly at the tendon in the knee, so your patellar tendon and a patellar tendinopathy. People then got excited about it and tried to use that same information with other tendons in the body. It's been later found that that study was quite difficult to replicate, so they couldn't repeat the same results, and that it didn't necessarily follow that it led to pain relief. In some people it did, in some people it didn't, and therefore the summary is it causes the same amount of pain relief as any other exercise might do, so exercise with movement or exercise without movement. So what do? Well, we start it as a starting block, but remember that when you're doing your exercises, an exercise for an Achilles tendinopathy needs to get progressively more difficult. So you would start with this if you couldn't do a higher level exercise, either because your muscle was not able to perform that, or if your pain levels were too high. If you could do both of these things, this is not the starting point for you, and you would need a more challenging exercise. If you look at how an Achilles tendon gets better, it takes quite a number of weeks to months. There's no quick fix. Normally you don't notice much in the way of symptom relief until you get to a good few weeks down the line, even up to 6 weeks. You keep going with these strengthening exercises for even 3 months or 6 months or longer. And it's in that time that you will gradually be able to do more and your symptoms will be able to come down. So the isometric exercise is the starting point for this. If you would like to get more advice on isometric exercises, then please speak to a professional, have a look around our website and give us a ring or an email if you've got any queries or questions. Thanks very much. Bye.